Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin and I'm the author of the new book, Heal Yourself, A Return to Wholeness, the Integration of Body, Mind, Soul, and Spirit, available in paperback, Kindle, and Audible books. I'm also the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love, available in all three formats. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thanks for giving the video a thumbs up. I do readings, life path and purpose, twin flame readings, romance, general readings. You can book that at my website, fondinwellness.com. You can join our Twin Flame Divine Feminine Bootcamp #1 on demand now. The link is below for that. This is the weekly, or every 2 weeks really, Divine Feminine messages for Twin Flame, Divine Feminines. I started this a few weeks back to get the messages from Divine Feminines, guardian angels, as to your light work. We're going to get a sneak peek overview of what light work you need to focus on for this upcoming week. Today is Friday, August 28th, 2020, and I'm taking 6 oracle decks, and we're going to get 1 card from each deck. That is the plan anyway. If more cards tend to fall out, we'll take them. We're going to say a blessing over the cards for this reading. Dear God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, Mother Mary, Archangels, Angels of God, Divine Feminines, Guardian Angels, Twin Flame Angels, and Romance Angels, let this reading be the highest light of God the Father. Let it bring light, love, and truth to everyone involved. Archangel Michael, please stand guard, casting away any lower energies with your sword of light. We would like to know for this week, starting August 28th, 2020, what is the work, the light work, Divine Feminines must focus on for this week to be on their life path and purpose. As I mentioned, we are going to get 6 cards, 1 from each of these decks. This is the Archangel card deck. The next one is Light and Love Messages, and I like these. These also have Bible verses on them, but this is Light and Love, Highest Light and Love. Next, we're picking my favorite Archangel. I'm not biased or anything. My name is Michelle, after all. Archangel Michael, my patron saint. So we are going to get a card from Archangel Michael, the light work to do. That'll be our homework. And this is daily messages from your angels. Next, we are going to pick, this is Work Your Light deck. This is a new deck for me. There's a few of them that are new. The Light and Love deck is new. The Light Work deck is new. And also the Mystical Wisdom deck is new. So let's see what your guardian angels have to say about what your light work is for this week. And this is the Mystical Wisdom. I've got the books here for light and the light work deck and the Mystical Wisdom deck because some of the cards are really difficult to understand. Let's start with Archangel Michael because he's to my left. Your home is protected by the angels. Now this means not only your home, but this means your home, your car, your belongings, your material goods. It also means that if you plan on moving, your angels are guiding you to the right home and they are already protecting your new home. There is a lot of worry surrounding safety at this moment. And light workers, you're called to not worry because you have guardian angels surrounding you at all times. You can always ask Archangel Michael to help guard yourself, your body, your family, your car, your home, your belongings. Ask the angels to protect you 24/7. You need to ask. They're there for you, but you do need to ask. So let's look here at the card for light and love. And we've got pure and unconditional love. So when asking about the light work, of course, we get pure and unconditional love. That is your job. That's what we're working toward here. it says, speak to the earth and it will instruct you. Let the fish in the sea speak to you. And this is from Job chapter 12, verse 8. We've got Jesus here holding a lamb. And I really feel, you know, the Bible says that we are, like, Jesus is the shepherd and we are the lambs following the shepherd. We are the sheep following the shepherd. This is more confirmation. I just keep getting confirmation about the earth and how the earth is our home. And I don't know if you guys have been feeling it, but the overall sentiment and feeling is that the earth is not a very safe place right now, that the earth is not a very peaceful place right now, that the earth is an uncertain place right now. And it really feels like there's been an upheaval in our home, our planet Earth, our home. And even though we knew things were starting to go poorly with climate change and other earthly weather patterns, if you will, like from tsunamis to tornadoes to hurricanes to earthquakes to wildfires like they have in California, my home. And we knew that, like, we started to see these weather patterns and just the earth protesting against pollution and against, like, global warming and all these things. But I feel that the underlying fear more and more is that the earth is not a safe place, that this is not, like, our home is not stable. It's been, the foundation has been shaken up, and it's really hard to have faith in the fact that we have stability here on earth. And I really believe in these first two cards, Archangel Michael, you have Archangel Michael and Jesus coming to say, no, your home is protected. If it's your home or your Mother Earth home. But here it's literally saying, speak to the earth and listen to what the earth is telling you. And I believe that as part of our light work is to come back into harmony with the earth, come back into harmony with nature, come back into harmony with the rhythms of the planet, the rhythms of the universe. And here we have even more affirmation and confirmation of that. We've got spiritual understanding with Archangel Raziel. And it says, I'm bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. Archangel Raziel really comes to help with divine magic, divine mystery, the mystery of the universe, the mystery of what is happening, but also he's repairing timelines for you as well. So if there is something from the past that is disturbing the present in your life, or something moving into the future, but you need to rectify what's happening in this current lifetime or in past lifetimes, Archangel Raziel certainly does help with that. But I feel that light workers are coming to this general awakening of understanding that, yes, we do feel the foundation has been shaken. I mean, we do feel it's almost like this earthquake has happened all over Earth. Our foundation has been cracked. Our foundation has been shaken. But what your angels and guides are saying to you is that while you have one foot on earth, you have the other foot in heaven, and you are given the truths to help rectify what is happening today with what universal truth actually is. But you need to open up your ears to listen, and that could be just simply your intuitive ears to listen. But the way to it is not through fear. The way to it is through unconditional love, like the purity of love. The purity of unconditional love is the way to understanding these spiritual truths and to understanding how you can live with one foot grounded in on the earth and the other foot in heaven. So you have both truths. You can understand what's happening on earth better as you begin to understand these spiritual truths, and that will take away more and more fear. But in order to get there, you've got to let go of the fear first and start to understand through love the spiritual truths. The next one we have is assertiveness. I feel, okay, so it says the situation can be healed gently with love, okay? And there's also a need for your strength. I've been feeling this really strongly, that the way the world is being conducted today is a lot through fear, and that is through everybody, like everything, everybody, all social media, all TV, all news, all everything. It's very, very fear generated. It's generated by fear. Forget unconditional love, forget anything else. It's all fear-based. And it can be really difficult to navigate in this world as a light worker, as an empath, when all you see around you is fear. Because if you are trying to be the voice of reason in your family, in your friends, in your situation, and kind of help people to see a more spiritual perspective and not be 100% on the camp of gloom and doom, like fear, gloom and doom. And you're like, no, but there is a universal truth to this. God has a plan for this. There is a universal spiritual truth to what is happening all around you. You might find yourself being shunned by those people closest to you because fear is a very strong motivator. It's a huge motivator in like action and reaction. It's our survival technique, right? That is what's been hardwired in our limbic system for millions of years. And it can be difficult to be assertive in your words and actions when there's so much fear surrounding you. However, the message is, don't stop your assertiveness because others are just living in fear. That yes, it must be done through love, but there is strength in standing up and saying, I hear your truth, but there also is another truth. There's another side to this truth. And here is the other side to this truth. And being patient and kind and embracing all of those tenets of unconditional love with compassion and empathy. But you can still stand on your own 2 feet and not have to back down in your own truth because people with fear have louder voices. I got this, and I'm going to read this because this is more. We got Earth again. This is the 3rd time in this reading we got the word Earth. And it's Lemuria. And again, some of you might be familiar with this deck. I'm not terribly familiar with it. Creating heaven on earth. It is happening. And this is really, I'm going to read it to you, but this is really what everyone is saying with the age of Aquarius, that we are entering into the new age. And as we are entering into the age of Aquarius, it's coming into the age of light. We've been in the age of darkness for the past 2,600 years. And now we're entering into the age of light. So we are literally, through unconditional love, we're bringing heaven to earth. And that's why it's so painful. It's so painful because there's this great division. There's this great division of people that don't want the change and they don't want to see heaven on earth because it's too painful to go through. I'm looking it up for you guys. It's too painful to go through this transformation into the light. It's very painful because you have to let go of certain belief systems in order to transform and change. And these belief systems are so hardwired in who we are throughout history, throughout human history. It's so incredibly hardwired in who we are that it's almost like, why would I give up my belief systems? I don't want to give that up. It's too comfortable. Comfortable feels good. Even though it's not right all the time, comfortable feels very good. It feels familiar. So Lemuria, it says, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Lemuria, or Mu, is one of Earth's lost lands where heaven really was a place on earth, a time before we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. In Lemuria, life worked in harmony. All beings were seen as equal, and we were deeply reverent to Mother Earth. We knew that a mosquito was no worse than us and the sun no better. Perhaps you too believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. Perhaps you are a part of the transition See, we're talking about the transition. That's what I was just talking about. Okay, the transition team, who at soul level are devoted to creating this kind of harmony on the planet now. Thank you for wanting to do this work. It is easy to get overwhelmed by the state of affairs on the planet right now. This couldn't be more perfect to what's happening now. This is really weird. I wonder when this was written. Let me look here with my blind eyes. 2018. Published in 2018. We don't know when it was written, but published in 2018. Wow, this couldn't be more pertinent, you guys. All right, let me say that again. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the state of affairs on the planet right now, but you are being encouraged to keep holding the clear vision of the future. It's closer than you think. You may be guided to hold the frequency of Lemuria in your own community, family, workplace, or within yourself. Know that it is possible, and while at times it may feel like you are alone, you are truly not. There are hundreds of thousands who hold the codes of this ancient lost land, even Lemuria crystals that hold the codes of remembering that are beginning to rise all over the planet. Keep doing what you are doing, and remember, the only way to heal the world around us is to first heal ourselves. It says, hold the card to your heart and say, I hold the codes of Lemuria and believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. All right, here we are again, saying that our home is protected, our Mother Earth is protected. Pure and unconditional love is protecting us. The spiritual understandings are helping you to understand that there is a greater spiritual picture at work here, that there is no place for fear. Fear does not belong in your heart as a light worker at all. Like, fear is almost ridiculous at this point for a light worker because you know what's going to happen. You know that the world is currently being transformed into heaven on earth. So because you know this, you don't have to cower down in your corner and hide. You don't have to get into arguments with others about fear-based issues. You can stand up in your assertiveness and power, and while you can be compassionate to others and others' points of view, you can in all honesty say there is a greater spiritual plan at work. We might not see it now, but it's coming. It's here. I love this. This is really crazy. And then we have Archangel Gabriel, messenger of creativity and hope. And we see Archangel Gabriel here with all of these beautiful, beautiful children. Now, Archangel Gabriel is a messenger, communicator, communication, messenger. If you know Bible history or Bible stories, the Archangel Gabriel announced to Mary that she was pregnant with Jesus, the Son of God. Archangel Gabriel is really the communicator of good news, is the communicator of news. And what I believe the reason that Archangel Gabriel showed up for you, Divine Feminine Lightworker, in this reading is to point out to you that you too are to be a communicator of good news. You are to be a communicator of heaven is coming to earth, that we need not be afraid. We need not show fear, because we are transforming this earth into a very loving place, into a heavenly place. And if you stay focused on that outcome, if you stay focused on the reasons why all of this chaos is happening, and it feels very unsettling. I will give you that. Hey, I've been following this path of light work for a while, and I will tell you, even for me, it's really unsettling. It's very, 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 very unsettling. And many times I've wanted to just unplug and be like, I'll just be over here in the corner. Like, I'll be over there being really quiet, not talking to anybody, because I don't like what's happening now. I don't like what's going on now. I don't like the animosity. I don't like the hatred. I don't like the argumentations. I don't like the fear-based energy. I don't like any of that. But Our job as light workers, through what I'm seeing here, is not necessarily just to stand over in the corner and hide. It's not. It's to be assertive, show unconditional love, know that you're protected and guided, and to be a messenger of good news. It's like to be a messenger of peace, be a messenger of good news. If that means reassuring those around you that everything is going to be fine, and if they say, show me proof, just say, well, that's what faith is about. Faith is about understanding that things will get better even when we don't have proof. Those are the greater spiritual principles. Those are the greater spiritual laws. And standing your ground in that. But like it said in the card on Lemuria, which I cannot believe it said creating heaven on earth. I cannot believe that, because this is like the entire reading is about earth. It's about our earth home. What it says in that card is that you must heal yourself first. So if you are sitting there in fear energy about anything, that's the first thing you need to explore. You need to explore, like, why am I not having faith right now? Why am I lacking in faith? What are the reasons why I'm lacking in faith? Why am I falling into fear-based energy more often than not? Those are the things that you need to start exploring this week if you're in that energy. And if you're not in that energy, if you're really embracing and holding this unconditionally loving energy and higher spiritual self energy, then you can start with the assertiveness with others who come towards you with fear-based energy. And I'm not talking about getting on soapboxes, but I'm talking about with friends and family and the people that you encounter on a daily basis. At times, fear can be disarmed by giving a smile. Other times, fear can be disarmed by staying silent, keeping your mouth shut. And at other times, it's just an encouraging word and just saying, like, I know things look bad now, but rest assured things will get better. And just with that conviction of faith, because your conviction of faith might be the medicine necessary for someone who doesn't have faith. That might be all they need to turn it around. So strong message this week, you guys. Wow, we have our work cut out for us on so many levels. Like, really strong message this week. Whew. So the earth is not as shattered as it feels right now. Things are being put into the blender, but you'll see that it'll turn out better than you ever imagined. I'm waiting for that too, guys. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for sharing this video with other light workers, twin flames, divine feminines. And thank you so much for supporting this YouTube channel. You can buy a book or 2 or 3. You can also pledge your support on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Michelle S. Fondin. And I will see you in the next video.